Namaste to all my dear friends, masters, and gods. Today we are going to discuss, today we are going to understand a very important topic. And this topic name is Dhyanam Rakshati Rakshitaha. We all have heard the phrase called as Dharmo Rakshati Rakshitaha. But today we are going to understand very deep about the phrase Dhyanam Rakshati Rakshitaha. This is not just a phrase or this is not just a fact, but it is a core truth that we must every moment remember. If we stand up for meditation, then the meditation will support us when we are actually tested. When you protect your meditation, how does one protect their own meditation? We protect meditation by showing up. That means we protect meditation with our sincerity and seriousness. Sincerity means doing meditation. Seriousness means consistently doing meditation. When we protect meditation by showing up, that means when you protect your meditation, when I protect my meditation with sincerity and seriousness, with consistent practice of meditation, that meditation will in return protect you when the time of need comes. And remember, on this planet Earth, every moment, every minute is a tested time, isn't it? When you protect your meditation by prioritizing it, even when the world pulls you in 10 directions, meditation will protect your energy from being scattered. When you protect your meditation by trusting it, even when the results are invisible, the meditation protects your soul in the divine timing. Many people I have seen, they start meditation, but after a few days, weeks, months, or even after a few years, it could happen that they might compare their journey of evolution with another master's journey of evolution, and they may say that particular person has evolved a lot with every day 2 hours of practice of meditation. And I am also doing 2 hours of practice of meditation from past same number of years, but I am not getting any experiences. I am not getting any clarity. Still, these things are there. When comparing two things, that means when he is not able to see, he or she is not able to see the results which are invisible, and if they stop meditation, that means they are no more protecting their practice of meditation. We must have immense amount of trust in our own practice of meditation, because nobody else is our guru than our own breath, and meditation means to observe our normal and natural breath every given time. When you protect your meditation by going inward instead of blaming things which are outside or people outside, that meditation will protect your relationships through deeper understanding. When you protect your meditation by staying in the present moment and not escaping into past or future loops, the meditation will protect you by anchoring you in peace. It is a very great statement. Dhyanam Rakshati Rakshitaha. We don't just protect ourselves for this particular period when we are doing meditation, or just not for few years or for a decade or few decades, or just not for this lifetime. When we meditate, we are protecting ourselves for many, many, many upcoming lifetimes to come. When you protect your meditation, that meditation will protect you by purifying your karma. Each time you sit in meditation, that means each time you are choosing to sit in the inner silence, not get carried away with the outer chaos or outer dramas or outer disturbances, that meditation protects you by loosening the grip of all the past karmas and preventing new karmic bonds from forming. When you protect your meditation by living your dharma, that means always the primary rule of PSSM is the nirvana is there in samsara. That means we don't leave our regular family lives. We leading our family lives, being in our family lives, we also give importance to meditation. That means dharma and dhyana has equal weightage for a spiritual person. Even following and completing all your family duties and in parallel, not leaving meditation, you protect the meditation. And in return, that meditation protects you by giving clarity about your dharma and giving courage to you to walk in the path. A woman may feel, you know, pulled between societal roles and her inner calling. But despite of all the things, when she just does meditation consistently, seriously, sincerely, that meditation will protect her by showing her the right direction when she is lost. Just think of a moment when meditation has not helped you. Still looking for certain answers, still looking for certain clarity in certain dimensions is different. It is a never ending process. But just go back to your X number of years of meditation. Just see how much your life has changed, how much meditation has protected you. You protect your meditation by making it your core anchor. Whatever happens, the day you decide, whatever happens, I will never leave meditation. That day you are protecting your own meditation by making it your core anchor. Whatever happens, let death come to me, but I will not leave meditation. Let anything happen in my life, I will not leave meditation. That decision is the protection that we are giving to our own meditation practice. You protect your meditation by not skipping it during higher or lower times. In earth, life is all about the highs and lows, the wave of high and low. But you protect your meditation by not skipping it during either highs or either lows. Whether in joy or in sorrow, you show up. Show up means you practice meditation. This is how the inner strength builds. Meditation protects your long term karmic growth by keeping your consciousness balanced, not reactive. After a big success or a great breakdown, you meditate instead of overindulging or overthinking or going deep into self importance. And thus, meditation helps you to stay grounded. You protect your meditation by treating it as your sacred duty. For so many women, it would have happened that before meditation, she would have been a lot into doing pujas. Whatever happens, people don't leave worshipping God, right? After meditation, that worshipping God becomes worshipping of inner God through the practice of meditation. That means not as a, a thing that has to be done regularly, like, how we do bathing, how we do cooking, how we do any other essential activities, not like that, but as a divine offering that we give to our own soul. When we do meditation that way, that means we are protecting our own practice of meditation. And then meditation protects the legacy of the inner peace. People tell that after coming into meditation, my emotions are much more calmer. The mind is much more balanced. The mind is clear. Confusions are there, but it is reduced. I'm able to process things much more easily. Very Before I used to react a lot. Now I'm responding. Before in my home, relationships were a big mess. Now they are good. And so many other things. These are just some certain basic things I have told. Then how does all these things happen? The meditation which is protected by you starts protecting you right from day one. Day one is a very big thing. Right from the second you start observing your breath, the meditation starts protecting you. A woman should always be self dependent, completely independent. Remember, never count on anybody, even for your protection or for your security. Never count on any partner, any friend, any spouse, anybody. Yes, we always support each other. We always get that protection, that physical protection. But how will the soul get protection? Your family members, your friends can only protect your physical body. That too with certain limitations, right? But who will protect the soul? We are not those bodies, we are the souls. Who will protect the soul? Your own meditation practice will protect the soul. When one woman comes into meditation, the cosmic energy which she starts receiving, it has a ripple effect on her family members. It has got a great effect on her neighbors. It has a great effect on the place where she's working. That energy gets touched to all the people around her. Thus, she starts protecting not only herself, but also other people. Why do I always give a lot of emphasis and I always ask all of you to attend all the yagnas around you? Because there a sacred ritual happens in masses, in groups, with thousands of people, where everybody is in a common goal of protecting meditation, just not for themselves, but for everybody. And the kind of energies which gets released there, it protects the whole earth and also the other worlds. So always remember, Dhyanam Rakshati Rakshitaha. The meditation which is protected by you again protects you. And there is no more greater companion, support, or guru than our own practice of meditation. Thank you very much, Masters.